Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of refreshing the S4 engine, and we're going to be continuing right where we left off and jumping right into the turbos. So here we go.
It's turbo time.
Alright guys, so here are the new turbos that I'm going to be throwing on. I'm pretty sure I filmed it, but so I rebuilt this turbo that was on it, and then I was rebuilding the other one. Shit, hold on. 1 second. Alright. So I was rebuilding this one too, but then I found that. So I guess something got in there. I'm pretty sure I already filmed that, but that is a bummer. So I went ahead and ordered some new Franken turbos. They're a little different. The ones I took off with were F4 BTs, and these are F21 BTs. So I'm gonna throw these on now. So I got them all cleaned up. I got the lines on this one. This is just the driver side. I did forget to mention, I also got a ceramic coated, both of them. So hopefully that makes a little bit of a difference. I gotta put this line on real quick. All right, so that's how that goes. So we're gonna put that on, and then we'll be throwing it on the engine. Alright guys, so I got the turbos thrown on, all the lines are on, everything's tight. Now I'm going to throw the intake manifold on. I cleaned up the fuel rail, so that's clean. Cleaned up the fuel injectors, got new O-rings for them, that's what those are. And then I got these spacers, so I'm going to throw that on now. Alright, so I got the intake manifold on, the injectors on, it's all torqued down. Next, I got this spider hose thingamajig, it's for the PCV. Oh shit. So yeah, that goes, oh shit. That goes like right here. Right there. So, I'll go ahead and throw that on now. So I got the spider hose on. I did have to trim it a good amount because this was sticking up too high to where this wasn't sitting right. So I had to trim a little off of this hose and a little bit off of here to bring it down. And then I also had to trim this one a tiny bit. It was only like 1/4 of an inch. Then I went ahead and I trimmed this one a little bit so that it wasn't pushing this hose down so much because it was going to rub on that thing. So I got it to where I'm happy with it now. It doesn't push it down. That's about where it will rest. You can still see there's a gap between there, so that's looking good. Yeah, I don't know how this is supposed to work, but that doesn't seem like the best. I don't know. It's just like the hoses bends are slightly not right. Also, this, again, the bend is not right, so this doesn't sit very flush or even. So it's not a big deal, but you'd think for 300 bucks this thing would at least be bent right. Oh well, whatever, we managed, we're good now. So next, let's see, what am I gonna do next? Oh, I'm going to work on the routing for this, shoot, I don't remember what this one's called, but this is for like the diverter valves. This one goes like here, shows like right there. So I got that, and then this is for the wastegates. I gotta finish rerouting that. There's that piece right there I gotta fix up and clean. Those will go to the turbos. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work on now. This one, I'm gonna have to see, where did I put it? I kind of have things a mess right now. Oh, all right. So here's this little contraption here. It's pretty messy. I'm not stoked on it, so I'm going to find a way to make it look not so like that. But this goes like this. This one goes to that little nipple there. This one goes to there. And this one has a hose that goes to there. And, oh shit.
Come on, man.
I'm not totally sure. But I'm thinking this little hose right here goes to the fuel pressure regulator, but I'm also not sure because it doesn't fit on there like at all. But I don't recall what went there, so I don't know, we'll figure it out. So we've made some good progress. I got the AC stuff on, and then, or at least the compressor. Then I got all these hoses on and cleaned up. The purge solenoid. I don't remember which is which, but this is for the wastegates. That's for the diverter valves. But I got it all hooked up. This one I'm going to make a little bracket right there because I'm missing it. So I didn't actually tighten these clamps yet. But it's all how it should be besides that. I got the EGTs in. See, those are in. And then again, I got all the wastegate routing lines. I replaced all the lines that were replaceable and then cleaned up all the hard lines. And then I got those all hooked up. There's that side. And there's that side. So next, I'm gonna be remaking. There's a couple sub harnesses. There's this one. This one goes from the, pretty sure it's the oil pressure switch, and then it goes up to here. So it's just like an extender. But the wiring on these cars don't last very long, as you can see. Let's see. Come on, focus. See if you can see that. It doesn't want to focus, but all the shielding around the wires gets hard, and then it cracks, and yeah, so then it just leaves it open to the elements, and then you get lots of problems. I'm going to be remaking the entire harness because just about all the wires are like that on this. So that's going to take me a while, but I'm going to just repair these two for now so I can not have to worry about it, and I can put the piping for the turbos on. So yeah, I'm going to remake these real quick. Alright, so I got the harnesses remade. You can see there's the new ones. I got them loomed up. There's the old ones, all crusty. This one even broke off while I was trying to get the length right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw those on now, and then that'll allow us to proceed. Okay, so I've made some progress. Let's see, it has been a couple days since that last clip, but I got all the pipes on, and I got this pipe heat wrapped. I did order some of this gold heat wrap. I think it's Mishimoto, but it didn't work very well. It's not very sticky. I think it's really best for just flat surfaces. So I got some from AutoZone, and it was much better, and it actually stuck. So yeah, that's all connected, got it all. I had to trim this a little bit to get these to fit right. This bracket I had to trim on both sides. This side a lot more than the other side, but I got those fitting right. I capped these. My old ones didn't have these. I'm not sure where these go to. I think they go to this thing, but I don't know what that powers. It's never been hooked up here. So yeah, I got that side all good, as well as this side. Same deal going on. And I got them bolted here. The old ones didn't have mounts there, so those are nice and solid. I did run into one issue I found. So I have a set of these. They're called like the lobster claws or whatever. But this one is meant for like a RS4 Y pipe. And I still have a stock Y pipe. And then I have this one that's too small because it doesn't fit this oversized pipe because it's for stock. So that one doesn't work. So my choice is to either run the old lobster claws, which I think will fit. I haven't actually tried it yet. But we could either run the old lobster claws or I just get a RS4 style Y pipe. Which would be cool, but I don't really have time for that or the money for that right now. So I think I'm just going to reuse the old ones, which kind of sucks because they're blue. And I'm trying to make everything black so it looks as OEM as possible. But those will be fine to use until I can get either a new Y pipe or a different lobster claws. So yeah, long story short. Or short story long. Short story long.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
Anyway, next thing we're gonna do, oh, I also forgot to mention I put the belt on, and I put this mount thing on. And also I need to put the AC lines on still, but that's probably gonna be one of the last things I do. Next up, I think we're going to, I got the clutch and flywheel here. This is the old one. Here's the white pipe. Get that out of the way. So this is the old clutch. Whatever it's called? Pressure plate. Here's the clutch. You can see it was pretty gone. Regardless, I don't remember exactly where it was the worst at. But you can see like all the friction material is pretty much gone in that. Especially on this side, it started getting down into the middle. So yeah, that's toast. But obviously I already knew that. So I do have this. It's a Fidanza flywheel. And it has a replaceable friction plate. So I don't have to buy a whole new flywheel. And as you can see, that is pretty toast. This clutch was obviously slipping. So I got a new one of those. I'm going to clean this one up. And then, ooh, I didn't realize I had a bearing in there. I hope I have a new one of those. I should have a new one of those in the clutch kit. I got a, crap, what kind of clutch should I get? I don't know. Oh, Ringer Racing. I got a Ringer Racing clutch kit. It was like a stage 5, so it's definitely plenty for what we're doing here. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then I'll take you along the process for changing the friction plate. I don't know if I mentioned this, but that was a stock clutch, so that is why it was so toast, because it's been stage 3 with the stock clutch in it. Don't know why. I mean, I know why, but that's just how I bought it. So yeah. Alright, so I started to clean this, and then I noticed this, I don't know, it's like the ring gear for the starter. It's really loose. So I took this bolt off, and this is how I found the washer. Here, let's put it there. You can see, maybe? Hold on. So you can see that that washer is definitely worn down, and that's why it's able to move like that. And you can see like exactly where it worn it down. It's pretty. I don't know why this GoPro, it doesn't focus. But anyway, I'm gonna have to figure out a washer to get, because I have washers, but they're not the right size. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do there. Maybe I can get a different bolt that's a little fatter, or maybe I'll be lucky enough to find the right size washer. I'm not totally sure, but we're gonna have to fix that before this goes back in. Alright, so I got the flywheel all cleaned up, so that's good to go. Here's the new friction plate. All I gotta do is put the friction plate on, put these bolts on, you gotta torque them to 5 foot-pounds, and then I'm going to reinstall this. I went and got some new bolts and washers so that it won't move anymore like it was before, so I'll show you that when I'm doing that. But we're gonna go ahead and bolt this friction plate on to the flywheel. Alright, so I got all the bolts torqued for the friction plate. So that's on, and I got the ring gear, new washers and bolts on, so that thing no longer moves. It's nice and solid. It's a new plate. Next, I'm going to get the engine hoist, pick up the engine, put it to where I can start getting the transmission ready to throw on. Alright guys, so I got the flywheel on. These were supposed to be 60 Newton meters, 180 degrees, but I could not get them. I could get them to 90 degrees and I literally couldn't. This one started to strip out, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm pretty sure that's tight enough. They're tight as shit, so should be good there. So now I'm gonna start prepping the clutch to get that thrown on. And then I gotta prep the transmission. There's a couple little things I need to do to that. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the transmission on. Alright guys, so I just cleaned the transmission up a little bit more. There was a little bit more dirt hiding that I just got rid of quickly. Didn't spend too much time on it, but next I'm replacing this thing. I don't know what you call this. It's like the pivot point or something. But I have a new one. It came with the kit I got, so just gonna replace that. And then I also got a new one of these, this little joint. You can see there's some good play in there. Oh, can you see that? Am I shaking? So yeah, I got a new one of those. I'm gonna replace that real quick, and then we're gonna start throwing in the throwout bearing. All right, so I got the throwout bearing on, got it all cleaned up. I got this thing thrown on, and there's no more play, if you can tell. No more play in that, so that's cool. So next we'll start bolting the clutch to the flywheel, and then we'll throw the transmission on. Alright guys, I got the transmission on. It was a pain in the ass, but we got it done, so stoked on that. Now I'm gonna put all the bolts in. I got new bolts for all the way around. So yeah, I'm gonna throw those in and we'll go from there. I got everything together. The transmission's all bolted up. It's all torqued down. The only thing I need to do is I gotta throw the starter on, which I'm just gonna do that later. It's about 2:30 in the morning right now, and that's where I'm gonna call it. So that was this video. We got the S4 all redone and refreshed. Next video, we're gonna be rebuilding the harness for the S4, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.